had another video planned today about the mysterious devil ranks in Black Clover and all the information that we know so far. And I'm glad I waited because this chapter gave us more information on that subject. And it did just that. And now that video has to wait. But Black Clover Chapter 243 is out, but the fan translations are out for it. The official release will be out Sunday. So, if you have not read that chapter and want to read the fan translations now, pause this video, go to my Discord, it will be in the description, or I have the link in the comment section. The chapter will be in the Black Clover spoiler chat. Come back to this video after you read it. Alright, so now we can proceed. This was a brilliant way of showcasing Asta's new abilities. The way that this man was moving in this chapter, dodging all of Dante's attacks. It was a good sight to see. You know, this chapter, another amazing and fun chapter to read. Tabata lately has been on fire. The amount of lore building in this chapter speaks for itself. And getting the reveal of Dante's devil name and also the word magic devil, I'm glad that they talked about him in this arc. This is something I have been wanting for the longest time. I want him mentioned. I want him to have some kind of backstory because I don't want him to be that kind of villain that just showed up and died and no one ever talked about him like Raditz in Dragon Ball. But this chapter showed me that there would be more hidden gems or little hidden secrets, more about the word magic devil possibly in this arc, and hopefully that will be the case. So before we dive deep into this review, guys, remember to like this video, subscribe and notification bells on. So let's talk about Black Clover Chapter 243, Devil vs. Devil. This chapter picks up where we see Asta full of rage after swinging his Demon Slayer sword at Dante. Vanessa mentioned that after Asta swung his sword at Dante, the strike was so powerful that it made all the magic that was affecting the entire area disappear. That is incredible because Dante at 60%, when he went into his 60% stage of power, it had everyone stuck in the air. It made everyone run out their mana and magic. It made Vanessa's fate magic, her Cat Rouge, disappear. But a single strike by Asta made the entire area go back to normal. That is insane. A single strike by Asta was able to counter the 60% power of pressure that Dante was causing in that area. That is amazing. It just makes me think after reading that Yuno has to get stronger because we didn't see any new spells. We just know that he got better control of Spirit of Zephyr, but Asta is just on a whole different level. There's no argument on who's stronger than who now. And if it is, I have to make that video, but this is clear evidence for now that if they fought, Asta will win. But you know, you don't got a lot of time. This is going to be a long arc. We then see Asta swings his sword and the anti-magic energy, the black energy, is like a magnet chasing Dante. Dante was able to dodge it, but that was amazing that Asta, just the swing of his sword, the energy is able to stretch towards the opponent no matter how far away Asta is. That is amazing. We then see Asta brings out his Demon Duelist sword and he used the spell Black Slash. And Dante dodges it again. His defense is on Goku's Ultra Instinct level. That is awesome to see. That just to show you that even though Asta, this is the most powerful we've seen Asta yet, Dante at 60% is still able to dodge all of Asta's attacks very quickly. Dante then goes on to say that I just wanted to have a conversation, but I guess now it isn't the time since you have lost your mind. I wonder who that devil is. Dante then starts to have a conversation with his own devil and called him Lucifer, and we see a huge silhouette of his devil finally. So now we can say it makes sense why Dante, when he used his gravity magic, he say presence of the Demon King is Lucifer. This alone opens up a door. Tabata just opened up a door to the many demons we can potentially see in the story. Whichever route he goes, we can see Mammon, Leviathan, Amadeus, Astaroth, etc. Just prepare, guys, because just from that dialogue alone, I have endless amount of theories just going through my head as I speak right now. So I will just say that for different videos. Lucifer, his devil, goes on to say that I don't have a clue who that devil is, but the devils that are among here are the superior. And the one that got out of the other world is Grid, but that doesn't seem to be him. Now, I'm not sure if it says Grid or Greed, because Greed has two E's, but since this is the fans' translations, I'm gonna assume that it meant to be greed, because greed is another devil, and if you ever looked into demonology, they have classes of devils, and one is called Mammon, but he represents greed. And the word magic devil that they're talking about, that they're making reference to, that's who they were speculating on, but Lucifer said that that's not him. But as talking about him, he put him in that category as superior devils. Not superior towards him, but in the bracket of like elite devils. He's in that class, and the anti-magic devil called him senior in the Shadow Palace while they were fighting, so it makes sense for him to be in that class. He was very powerful with word magic. But this lets us know that Lucifer knows who he is and knows that he left the demon realm. And I wonder, do he know about the whole manipulation of the elves and the massacre of all that? I wonder, do Lucifer knows about that? But I'm pretty sure he does. Lucifer then goes on to say that a makeshift power that can deflect magic probably belongs to an inferior class who lacks mana. Now, this is very important because this is a demon king not knowing who is Asta's anti-magic devil. No one knows who he is, but he said an inferior class who lacks mana. Now, this can just simply means that there is just a class system, just like I talked about in previous videos. I believe it's a class system of devils, just like how the real world is in Black Clover. You have your peasants, the commoners, and nobles and royals. So Asta's devil will classify as a peasant, a commoner. But I wonder, are there other devils who lacks mana, who has no mana whatsoever? Because Asta lacks more than just mana. He has none. So potentially there could be other devils that are quite similar to the anti-magic devil, but they probably won't have anti-magic, probably a different type of energy in their own way. And that would be cool to see. After hearing this from Lucifer, Dante then goes on to say, then as expected, he is no match for me, the dark Triad who was possessed by the superior demons. Now, after hearing all this, it only makes me think and wonder, what is Zeno's devil name? Maybe it's Beelzebub? Who knows? But if you guys have any wild guesses, let me know in the comment section. We then see Dante start generating and levitating all these rocks all over the place, ready to send at Asta. They were humongous. It reminds me of such a Madara moment when he came down and sent a meteor to the Shinobi Allied forces. It's a little bit of a nostalgia moment just reading this in the chapter. But this didn't do anything at all. Asta was still able to dodge all the rocks, and he's flying through in the air, hitting the rocks with his Demon Slayer's sword, his Demon Dweller's sword, his Demon Destroyer's sword. Every single sword at his disposal, he's slicing through the rocks and dodging it and trying to hit Dante. We then see the next panel with Vanessa and Gray with Gauche after being stabbed by Dante. And Vanessa talks about that Asta is out of control right now with his devil powers, but they have nothing else to rely on. She brings up the point that Nero, who has sealing magic, could seal up any wounds, but a wound like this from Gauche, and she cuts off right there. I think Tabata is letting us know in this chapter, this may be the last time we see him, because this is it. Little Marie is going to be very sad. And we knew that someone was going to die in the Black Bulls. You know, it was inevitable, but seeing it like this, Gauche to go out like this is very sad. And Gray is crying her eyes out. She's saying that I couldn't do anything. Transformation magic, I guess, is useless after all. And that is very sad to see, because Gray, doing this whole battle with Dante, she is the only person who didn't do anything at all. Henry put in work, Vanessa, Gauche, Asta, currently, Gray didn't do anything. I believe that after this arc will be the character development for Gray. She's going to change, because transformation magic, the endless possibility that you can do with that magic is incredible. It can be limitless. She can do whatever she wants with that. But hopefully she can change from this and show that her magic can be useful and she's not useless. Because I don't want Gray to feel as though she's useless, because potentially she can be one of the mages that can be the most useful. So Gray, I think, is going to be a confidence arc that she needs to go through, and I think this is why Gauche needs to die, because if he dies, she's going to change for the better, hopefully. Then see the fight continues with Asta and Dante is still sending out his attacks, and Asta is still blocking everything. And then Dante started to use his swords and created 3 swords surrounding Asta, and Asta used Black Hurricane, and this was the biggest Black Hurricane Asta has ever used. He looks like a natural disaster tornado, and he was able to block all of Dante's swords. And while in the process of using Black Hurricane, he uses Black Slash, and Dante, he's so cocky, saying that this will never hit me. And you see that he's ready to activate the spell that he used when Asta and Gauche used their combo magic Black Meteorite, but they missed because Dante disappeared for a split second. Asta was able to telegraph where the direction that Dante was going to reappear at, and he struck Dante, finally hit him. And we see blood coming down Dante's face, and he brings up the fact that, how dare you leave a wound on me? And that was the end of the chapter. This was a fantastic chapter, 10 out of 10, and it's amazing because we see Asta is progressing throughout the fight against Dante. And it makes sense because when he was fighting the Word Magic Devil, the Word Magic Devil magic was resonating with Asta, making him more stronger in his Black Asta mode. So this is what happened here when he fought Dante. So overall, amazing chapter. Guys, remember to join my Discord to have the link of the chapter. My link of my Discord will be in the description or in the comment section. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and notification bells on. You guys have an awesome life. Take care of yourselves, and I'm out.